Our mortal body and mind isn't what we try to fix to follow God, but our soul and spirit. But the way you carry yourself in your body and the way you think shows how your soul and spirit truly are. So how do we go beyond ourselves? Well, that's by submitting to God. James 4:6, submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Submit is the giving the authority to someone else, which is God. Because when you love God, you'll submit to God, you'll respect God, and from that you'll obey God. But if it's half and half, you'll just go in a loop of going back to worldly things over and over again. Let go of that pridefulness of being on such a high horse, but letting God control it, letting God have the problems, letting God have your life. That's what submit is. Give him the authority that he can do. Let God do what he needs to do in your life. Are we really submitting to what God has asked us to do? Are we really being that love 24/7? Are we really being peace? Are we really spreading forgiveness to other people? Because when we do these things, then we have submitted to God. But first seek his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Seek. What tends to happen here is we read this and we focus on the last bit. Seek means obtain, desire, in search for something. Let us let go of ourselves so that we can seek him. Do you have that desire to follow God? Or is it more, I have to so that I can do my career as a preacher or whatever, or to look good as a Christian or whatever? Because we must seek him within our hearts. Because from that, then you'll search for something much greater than what this world has. Because when you seek something, you don't stop looking for it until you have it. All these things will be added to you. People want all these things that God can give us. But yet that first sentence, seek first his kingdom, and they read that over and over again, but continue to not understand what the word seek actually means. As I said in my last video, it's his righteousness, it's his peace, it's his. We hear that all the time of people saying it's his stuff, and I want that. But to get that, it takes your love to grab his things. But he gives more grace. Therefore it says God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. Not just caring about himself and making himself look good, but caring about others and living for other people to help them out, spread the love if they need love, helping them, give them a blanket if they're cold, being love and being caring and being humble with yourself. We live for others, not just ourselves. Jesus was forgiving, caring. He was love every day because that's who he is inside, and it's meant to be given to others, not just keep it to yourself. The gospel is never meant for you just alone to have and keep it to yourself, because what it's supposed to do is you take that in and you spread that out. It's almost like we are one big bonfire, and when someone is near you, that flame attaches to them and now they light up. That's when you truly go beyond yourself. And there are worldly people that care about other people and give to other people. But when God is in the picture, that is some true love, true caring, and true help for other people. That we're not just trying to give them food. We're not just trying to give them a blanket, but tell them about God and tell them, not just better their body, but better their spirit as well. Instead of doing just half a job, we can do the entire job as a Christian because of who we are. I would like to say God would use the most selfish people, like Moses, right? He had slaves, he had fortune, and life was great to him. But God picked him purposely because he knew that Moses could completely turn his life around from selfish, hateful, and prideful desire, and now being a giver and being in love with him and God's people. It's always been about, the entire Bible has always been about spreading the inner you outwardly to other people. That is when it goes beyond you, because it's no longer just you, but it's you and God. God has asked of us to be not just a hearer, but a doer of the word, right? Not with some Christians, they're completely in half. There's those hearers that go to church on Sunday and don't do anything. And then there's those doers that give to the homeless, do this and that, but then don't want to hear anything else, but just look good and do Christian things out in the world. But what's supposed to happen is both of those things. To hear God's word, to read his word, to spend time with him, and then do those things, be love, give to the homeless, but not just give to the homeless, but spiritual food as well, and not just bread alone. God is a spiritual being. So to be intimate with a spiritual being, you must be in a spiritual relationship with God. You have to have one out of the two spirits that are out there. There's no in between. You either have the Spirit of God in you or the spirit of the devil. That is it. There is no in between. You have to have one. You have to have one. So depending on how life is for you, depends on which one you are living off of. Because you cannot have both if they oppose each other. Two different, complete opposites cannot live in one person. You have to have one. Because once we are one with Christ, it is you and him, and y'all are linked together and cannot be separated unless you allow that to happen. The fruit of the Lord is peace, humble, love, and just forgiving, and just so much other stuff. And that's exactly what we are supposed to be. I keep saying this is beyond ourselves as humans. This is not just being nice to people, but this is being the love of God to people. This is not just forgiving somebody just because I need to forgive them. This is forgiving in the Spirit because God has given me forgiveness in my heart to forgive them, and not just say, I forgive you, to end the conversation. How many times have people told you, I forgive you, but you know that they really haven't forgiven you because they still bring it up. They still cause problems. But with God, he never brought it up again. He will never point fingers at you. Look what you did back then, and you expect me to forgive you of that? He's not like that, and neither should you. Let go of yourself and get a hold of God and be a new creation in him. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, please give it a like and subscribe if you have not already. If you want to check out Messenger Plus, it's where I upload any type of behind the scenes, any type of, different videos that this main channel does not have, and as well as Messenger Music, where it's just dedicated to 30 minutes of worship music, relaxing music, motivating music. So I now have 3 channels, but they're both pretty new, so be sure to give them some support, and as well check out my Instagram and my TikTok, because I make daily videos on there. And I just uploaded a podcast now uploaded on Spotify, so go ahead and check that out as well. Once again, thank you. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Messenger out.